and it's Crazy Karee and
the Wise Guy. Welcome to SocialEyes. You're hanging out with us on the Big Black Couch.
And
today we have a special
guest.
We're going to introduce this guest. This guest is from our household, and he's pretty cool. He's going to be 11, so he's almost the age of the boy Nicholas in this book, which is pretty cool that we actually have a boy who's almost 11 as well and can relate to this character. So why don't we give him a warm welcome, Karee! Karee the Star. Welcome, Karee. Welcome to the show. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yes.
This book is called A Boy Called
Christmas.
And it's written by Haig. We keep forgetting to tell everybody it's written by Haig. And we're reading this book because it's coming out on Netflix.
And it's an international
bestseller. So tell us what you think about this book so far. Karee, I know you've had a chance to hear us reading the book. A little bit. What do you like so far about the book?
The reindeer?
The reindeer or the mouse or Nicholas? Who's your favorite character?
Reindeer.
The reindeer? Yeah. Did you know Blitzen is the first reindeer that Nicholas met?
Yeah.
So let's summarize the last chapter before we get right into reading this chapter. The last chapter was pretty intense. He ran into the reindeer. The reindeer was almost about to kick his butt because he was angry, an angry reindeer, and he was going to hit him with his horns. But then Nicholas noticed what? He noticed an arrow in his
hoof. Right
in his hoof in his leg. And Nicholas remembered how his dad helped. What did he help? Something before, like a bear or something? No.
No, he helped a moose.
Remove the arrow.
He would put snow around the arrow, and then he would take it out, and then he would pat it.
That's right. And he saved the reindeer, and the reindeer became their
friends.
That's right. And Mika is still with them, the mouse, and now...
And he does not just the reindeer. How about Aunt Carla?
Well, yeah. And we left her, so she's gone. She's a miserable lady.
And Karen Alta.
So, without further ado, let's get into chapter number... Are we at chapter number 11? Yep, chapter number 11. We're going to give our guest the honors to start. And when we give you a high five, that's when we're going to join in on you. You ready, Karee? You are away. This chapter is called Something
Red. Something Red.
Now just lower it so they can see your face.
Yes. As Nicholas discovered, riding a reindeer is a little easier than you think. It is a bit of a bumpy ride, but still a lot better than walking, especially walking on blistered feet. Indeed, even the bumpiest was something that Nicholas grew used to. He sat there holding his hand,
delicacy
over his coat pocket to help keep Mika warm. I need to give you a name, he told the reindeer. Names might not be important to reindeer, but they are important to people.
High five. Good job. Woo. Right there. What about... ... He closed his eyes and remembered the dream he'd had of sledging by Lake Blitzen as a child. Blitzen! The reindeer's ears perked up and he raised his head. Nicholas decided that Blitzen it should be. That's what I'm going to call you, if that's all right. And it seemed as if all was right. Oh, so he did name him after the lake. And the deer responded when he said Blitzen. He's like, oh, come on, man. Nicholas, Mika, and Blitzen traveled together for what seemed like days. It got colder and colder, and Nicholas...
Miss. And Nicholas was thankful for having Blitzen, the old lady's shawl, and Mika to keep his hand warm in his pocket.
He often leant forward to hug the reindeer and feed him from the small supply of mushrooms and berries he kept in his right-hand pocket. Eventually, the landscape became entirely white, and Nicholas knew they were at the empty pit on the map. The snow got deeper, and the wind got harsher. The Blitzen proved tough. His strong legs and sturdy frame powered through the deepening snow. It became difficult to see far amid all the whiteness, but something was rising on the horizon. A vast, wide, cracky peak.
High five! Finally, as the tiny sliver of a sickle moon hung low in the sky, the snow stopped falling and they reached a very large mountain. That's actually the name of the mountain. A very large mountain. Nicholas gave Blitzen his second to last mushroom and his last one. He's so generous, Nicholas. He's so generous. And his last one to Mika. He ate nothing himself. Though his stomach rumbled like a distant storm, the mountain seemed to go on forever. The further they climbed, the higher it seemed to get. Blitzen was beginning to slow down, as if he finally was exhausted. "Good boy, Blitzen," Nicholas kept saying wearily. "Good boy." He kept one hand over Mika to keep him safe in his pocket and occasionally used the other to pat the reindeer's back. High five, Carrington. Boom, you're in.
Bam. Well, Blitzen's feet were pressing on nothing but snow now, and it was getting thicker. It was a wonderful. It was a wonder he could keep going at all. Nicholas felt blinded by the light until, at last, halfway up the mountain, there was a flash of red, looking like a streak of blood, a scar in the snow. Nicholas jumped off the reindeer and clambered through the freezing witness towards it. It was hard work. He sank into the snow, knee deep. Every time he took a step, it was as if the mountain wasn't a mountain, but just a pile of snow. Eventually he got there. It wasn't blood, though. It was red hat. It was a red hat. Recognized it instantly. That was his father's red hat. The hat he had made from the red rag and a fluffy white cotton bubble. It was cold and frozen and clogged with powdery snow, and there was no mistaking it. Nicholas felt a deep, piercing anger shot through his weak body. He feared the worst to happen. "Papa!" he shouted over and over. He dug with his hands into the snow. "Papa! Papa!" He tried to himself that finding his father's hat didn't mean anything. Maybe it had just blown off his...
Oh, that's sick. Wait, don't turn it. Show that picture to the camera. That is actually like Santa's hat. Did you notice?
Yes.
Ooh, it's kind of like a stocking hat with a long red tubular part to the hat and a big, what is that called at the end? Like a pom-pom ball. A white pom-pom ball and a white brim. That's very, very cool. Awesome. Okay, flip the page. Keep going. Where did he go? You go.
Father's head, and he had buried
High five.
in the
High five.
and hadn't been able to find it again. Oh, high five.
Maybe, but when your bones ache with cold and when you are starting with hunger, it is hard to keep looking on the right side. "Papa! Papa!" He stayed there, digging in the snow with his bare hands until shaking and frozen. And he finally burst into tears. "It's all useless," Nicholas told Mika, who was looking out of his coat pocket, his small shivering head braving the cold. "It's no use. He's probably dead. We must turn around," he shouted louder, addressing this one. "We must head south. I'm sorry. I should never have taken you of me. I shouldn't have either of you. It's too harsh and too dangerous, even for a reindeer. Let's go back where we came from. But Blitzen wasn't listening. He was walking away through the thick snow, climbing further up the mountain. Blitzen, you're going the wrong way. There's nothing up for us there. The Blitzen kept walking. He turned his head. And if I to tell Nicholas to keep going, for a moment Nicholas thought about staying still.
High five. Just staying there until the snow covered him and until he was, like his father, part of the mountain itself. There seemed no point in going forwards or backwards. He realized how stupid he had been to leave the cottage. Hope finally left him. It was so cold his tears froze on his face. He knew it wouldn't take him long to die. Shivering, he watched Blitzen climb. Blitzen! He closed his eyes, stopped crying, waited for a chill to leave his bones and peace to come at last. But in a matter of minutes, he felt a gentle, tender nudge against his ear. Opening his eyes, he saw Blitzen's unblinking eyes behind a cloud of warm breath, looking at him in a way that made him think that he understood everything. What was it that made Nicholas climb back on the reindeer? Was it hope? Was it courage? Was it just a need to finish what he had started? One thing was certain, Nicholas felt something beginning to burn inside of him, weak and tired and cold and hungry and sad as he was. He grabbed hold of his father's hat, shook off the loose snow, and put it on his head, and climbed back onto the reindeer. And the reindeer, tired and cold and hungry as he was, carried on walking up that mountain, because that is what mountains are
Don't do it.
for. High five. You can show the picture
I want to do it.
to the camera. That's the mountain that they climbed.
This?
That is the large mountain.
That is kind of
I
tiny.
It kind of does look tiny, but maybe that's from afar, like a
Yeah, but
Maybe
zoomed
it's a
out
close
view.
up.
That's a zoomed out view.
No, that's a zoom in.
You think it's a zoom in?
Yeah, it's a zoom in at the top.
Got you. That's the part that's just above the clouds. Because they did go through the clouds, I think. All right. So what do you guys think about this chapter, huh?
Cool.
What?
I see.
I don't know. This chapter for me, it was kind of like not too important because there wasn't really much going on other than being cold and almost feeling like you're gonna die. He just
No, it was the thinking that he thought that Nicholas thought his father died.
yeah, that's true because he did think about his father during this chapter. What new characters did we learn about in this chapter? Anybody?
the only thing that happened
Blitzen,
really was
Blitzen, and
his-
Blitzen.
he
Yeah.
thought his papa died, and he would name his first reindeer Blitzen.
Yeah, he named his first reindeer Blitzen
Blitzen, and Blitzen.
after the lake.
Ow!
But I mean,
Blitzen.
now
Blitzen,
you know what?
Mika,
I don't know if you
Nicholas,
can-
Blitzen,
I don't know if
Mika,
you-
Nicholas and Blitzen.
do you consider? Now let me ask you this one question. Do you consider? Let me ask you this one question. Do you consider the red hat to be a character? Because the red hat is so important.
The red hat character.
Is the red hat a character?
What do you mean?
It's part of Santa Claus's outfit. We know that for sure.
It's like saying, is that a character? This coat is a character.
Yeah, but it's also memory of his dad. The hat. That's why he had to go get it.
He picked it up.
The bauble doesn't look like. Look at his, it looks brand new.
Yeah.
And then look at that.
Yeah. This one's black and white though.
No, but look, there's lots of things pointing out.
Yeah.
And of the bobble.
It's
On this
dirty.
one, there
It's
is
dirty, Karee.
All right, guys, that is it for chapter number.
Chapter number 11.
High five. High five. Join the heart. Smash that heart. We'll see you guys.
Smash the heart.
We'll see-
Bum bum bum.
Yum, 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 yum.